Hi there VC, it's Steve Whitty here with another recent listens video, number 6 in the series. Hope everyone's well, everyone's had a good weekend. Sun is shining in Sutton Coldfield at the moment, which bodes well. Hope everyone had a good record store day. I don't partake because my local store doesn't do it. But I hope everybody got what they wanted. I could see already that some videos have been posted, so I might spend some time this afternoon having a catch-up session with videos and make comments where I can. As I said, this is a recent listens video, and it's a mixture of CDs and vinyl. I've tended to have separated previously, but I thought this time I'll just clump them together. Might be a bit of a long one, but hey-ho. So first up, in the CD, I found this in a charity shop for £1. This is the Hold Steady and their Stay Positive album. Like the Hold Steady a lot. Probably one of the better modern bands. I say modern. I saw them at the Latitudes Festival in 2007. Really enjoyed them. I do like the music and the lyrics on this album. Really is a good album. So it's pleased to find that on CD. And it's like buses. You find one hold steady CD. You find another one, which is Positive Rage. Now this is the live album. I'm trying to think where it was recorded. I can't say at the moment, but it's also, as well as the live CD, you've also got a DVD as well. I haven't watched the DVD yet. I might spend the upcoming Easter break looking at that. Apologies for the glare. Yeah, really captures the live sound really well. Yeah, a band I do really enjoy, the Hold Steady. A band that I've recently started picking up CDs, starting in dribs and drabs in the charity shops, is The Fall. And I found another couple. This Nation's Saving Grace. As I said, Mikey Smith was a one-off. Definitely on here. Probably I Am Damo Suzuki is on here. I'm just trying to think what else. Cruisers Creek is on here as well. This is CD reissue. And I think what's happening now, Cherry Red Records are slowly reissuing the vinyl. I think before he passed away, Mark Smith allowed Cherry Red to buy the rights to put out the vinyl. And you're starting to see some, I think Live at the Witch Trials is coming out on vinyl very shortly. I think red vinyl. And again, like buses, I found another one, Grotesque. I'm trying to think when this came out. This is a Castle Music Sanctuary CD reissue. On here, I wrote on the bonus tracks. I wrote "Elastic Man," probably better known song off there. You've also got sort of like an interview where Marky Smith is just sort of interviewing himself, really, and I think under the influence. Yeah, really pleased to find this. Slowly adding to my 4 collection. I'll never get everything because they were that prolific, but I'm not too bothered whether it's vinyl or CD. To be quite honest, I suppose I'd be better off going the CD because I think if you try with the vinyl, it's going to cost a heck of a lot of money. Let's have a quick slap. Talking of things that are going to cost a lot of money, this next band on vinyl, especially the original releases, would cost an arm and a leg. However, in the shop, I found a copy of Edgar Broughton Band's Sing Brothers Sing. This is the CD reissue from 2004. So you've got the original album, which was released in 1970, but then you've got really much an album of bonus tracks as well, which includes the single out Demons Out and Apache Dropout, which was previously unreleased, but which really was them taking their take on the Shadows Apache, and they used that riff from there. Yeah, really loud, really heavy. And then again, the proverbial buses came along. I found Edgar in the shop as well. The best of Edgar Broughton Band, Out Demons Out. Now this came out, looks like 2001. And yeah, it's pretty much, as it says, it's the best of Edgar Broughton Band. Really going late 60s, early 70s, did a lot of the festivals, free festivals, a very politicised band. Funny enough, they are going to actually be playing Sutton Coldfield very shortly. Next month, there's a celebratory gig celebrating 50 years of Mothers Club in Erdington. Now, Mothers Club was a famous venue in Erdington, which is it's a 10-minute train ride from where I live. And all sorts of bands have played there. Zeppelin played there, Black Sabbath played there, Pink Floyd played there, and recorded part of Ummagumma. I think I may have mentioned this before. So they're playing. I think Soft Machine are playing. I don't think who else is playing, but it looks like it's going to be a good night. Quite a lot of people are going. The tickets are almost sold out. It sounds like it's going to be a great gig, great night. One thing I've been picking up on, I've picked up Paul McCartney solo CDs. I haven't gone for the albums. In a sense, it's difficult. I've sort of let it drop a little bit, Paul McCartney. So this is Run Devil Run from 1999. This is where the album of rock and roll standards he recorded in a week. People like Dave Gilmour, Ian Pace on there. Pete Wingfield, I think, plays as well. It's sort of like a sort of homage to rock and roll, his rock and roll roots, and I think in a way it was sort of a cathartic move. This really came out the year after Linda had passed away, and maybe just needed to get it out of his system a little bit. I enjoyed the album. I remember seeing the shows. I think he did a show at the Cavern as well. There was some on VH1 or a special. That's when VH1 and MTV actually showed music. But hey, enough of that. So I'm pleased to find that. And then another McCartney album, a CD I found. This is the Chaos and Creation in the Backyard. You can see the photo there. You can apologise for the glare. That might be a little bit better. You can see two of me now. This came out, I think, 2005. This is very much him stripped back to him. I think he got Nigel Godrich on to produce, and it's very much. He was originally going to start out with his band recording it, but he sort of decided it'd be better off with just him himself doing it. And I think the album's better for it. I think the reviews when it came out were very positive, and yeah, I enjoyed it. It's not going to make me want to rush out and buy the vinyl version that came out last year. I'm more than happy again just to pick the CDs up on these. And last CD, this is a box set I picked up in a charity shop for a couple of quid. This is the Carthy Chronicles. Now, this celebrates the career of Martin Carthy, who is a doyen of the British folk scene. Played in Steel Eye Span with his wife Norma Waterston. Sort of kept the flame going for folk. He's known as the Prince of Folk, and such as his been contribution, he was awarded the MBE. Now, this has got 4 CDs in. It's 5 hours of music. It is folk. And I have to be honest with you. It's one genre that used to leave me cold. I just always got and it's always that image of a bloke with a thing in a colour with an orange sweater, finger in it, ear going, "Hey, nonny, 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 no." And as you get older, your perceptions change, and gladly mine's changed a little bit. I want to get into a little bit more folk. It is in our blues. It tells stories, and I think once you dig into a genre, you actually find the nuances. Another thing about this was one of his collaborators in the early 60s was Paul Simon. Paul Simon spent a lot of time in the UK touring around when Simon and Garfunkel weren't going anywhere, and they used to pair together. And one of the songs they used to do was Scarborough Fair, which Paul Simon used for Simon Garfunkel, and this sort of led to a bit of a fallout with Martin Carthy. However, for this box set, they got in touch with Paul Simon to ask for his views on Martin Carthy, and he was all gushing. And this led to a phone call. Paul Simon, out of the blue, just phoned Martin Carthy, saying, "Oh, sorry about what's happened," And they sort of kissed and made up, and which led to Martin Carthy appearing on stage the next time Paul Simon toured, performing Scarborough Fair. So, yeah, this is just absolute corking box set. There is one on folk. It is a lot to dig into with folk. Some great singers out there. Certainly would be keen to try and see if I can find some more folk music. So that's the CDs, and that's taken me 10 minutes. Let's move on to the vinyl. First up, this is Joan Baez from Every Stage, and this was a double live. It's a double live album set, especially when it came out. Especially cost £3.49. This is very much, as I say, in a sense, it's live album, double live album. Disc 1 is an acoustic set, and disc 2 is the live set. It is the electric set. So you've got on the acoustic. She does Suzanne, amongst others. I Shall Be Released, like Blowing in the Wind. Fair bit of Dylan on there. On the electric side, she's got Diamond and Rusts. Does Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. Night They'll Drive, Old Dixie Down, and Amazing Grace. And the band, the electric band, has actually got David Briggs on keyboards, Jim Gordon on drums, Larry Carlton and Dan Ferguson on guitars, and James Jameson on bass. So it's quite a vaulted lineup for the band as well. Yeah, actually, it's enjoyable. An old work colleague of mine just recently saw Joan Baez in Brighton. It was on I think she's just completed her last tour of the UK. I was pretty pleased to find that. Another album really was pleased to get hold of. This is Colosseum's Valentine Suite. This is their second album. Get this out. It is a vertical swirl. There is a slight warp to it. This is probably why I got it so cheaply. But that doesn't actually affect the playing. Get over that initial. Get over that initial, disappointment. Oh God, this is slightly warped. And you find actually it plays better than what you expect. It's a bonus. So yeah, I heard the title track and one of these meetups. So we were celebrating Prague, and they played as a tribute to John Heisman. They played side 2, which is Valentine's Suite. This is just absolutely amazing. Really is good. I was really pleased to find this. Really happy. Great album, great band. For Colosseum, I've only got to get For Those About to Die, We Salute You, the debut album. I'm probably going to have to get a reissue of that, because the original, I know Pete's Shop is going for £40. Whether I'd ever go that high, that's probably highly unlikely. Changing tact, what's known as Grebo. Crazy Head, their debut album, Desert Orchid, released 1988. Now, I don't know if that's to do with the Desert Orchid, which was a racehorse that was going around at the time. Grey, it was a well-known grey horse. I actually quite enjoyed it. I was aware of the band. I never really listened to much of them at the time. How can I say? It's sort of like throwback to garage rock. Actually, it's more than anything. 60s garage. You can see that influence is there. I remember Crazy Head years ago. Just after all the communist countries went down, there was a TV program called Reportage, which was aimed at youth television. And when the Ceausescu was toppled over in Romania, they took a few bands over. Jesus Jones, I think, went as well. And Crazy Head went and played a few gigs over there. And it was all filmed for the Beeb. I do remember that. And what struck me when watching it was how, they were so pleased. You could have sent anything out from the UK at that time, to be quite honest. They were just being pleased because they felt so happy to be free from isolation. Yeah, a good album there. Donovan's Cosmic Wheels. This is a 70s album, one of his 70s albums, and it's quite a strange one. Quite lucky to have this. Cover's a bit damaged, but it was got in the inside cover. Get out your cosmic crayons and colour in. Fortunately, they haven't, and that includes inner sleeve as well. The album itself, not patching 60 stuff, I have to be honest with you. And nice songs on there. I enjoyed the big title track and Wild Witch Lady. But I could do without tracks like the Intergalactic Laxative, and I just wouldn't. I mean, it might seem a good idea, a bit of a laugh. I think that's one track that hasn't really aged that well. But you know, it's not a bad album to make it a bad album. It's just a track I could do. I wouldn't go out my way to go on Spotify to dig out and listen to. So that's Cosmic Wheels, Donovan. One album I was really pleased to find. I got a lot of Genesis, but I never really got round to listening to this. The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, the double album. It's the double album that was really, I suppose, broke Genesis up the classic. Well, some will say the classic lineup, the classic 5-piece. Peter Gabriel was rather insistent on this story, this concept, which I think the band went along with. I think Tony Banks never. He admitted it's not his favourite album. I don't think it really put his heart and soul. I don't say his heart and soul, but it never sat well with him. Of course, the tour went, and I think things were going on outside. I think his then wife, Pete Gabriel's then wife, had a very difficult childbirth. And I think he just got to a stage where I think he just had enough. He just needed a break. And this is in a period where bands didn't take a break. Bands made an album, toured, next year did the same. There wasn't much of a break there, and I think maybe that's what it may have been. Now, if in hindsight Genesis took the break, Gabriel would have still been in the band, but you never know. The album itself, I actually quite enjoyed. It's as I say, concept albums, and I couldn't. It's difficult to find where the concept in there, or sometimes find it difficult to find where you get the concept. But I have to say, the tunes itself hold out well. You don't need to have the story. Some of the tunes really hold out well. So pleased to have that again. You can tell I'm really pleased when I find the albums. Different album again. This is Richard Harris's A Tramp Shining. Now this. All written, arranged and produced by Jimmy Webb. This does contain MacArthur Park. It's obviously the best known track he did. This really comes on the back. He was starring Camelot at the time, which was a huge musical at the time. It became a film. And this really was recorded, featured the cream of this LA sessions. I think people like Al Blaine, who recently passed away, on drums, and Tommy Tedesco on guitar, I believe. And it if you know MacArthur Park, the album's very much the same. In fact, you've got it's almost done like a play. So you've got the song, you've got a prelude, you give a song, you have an interlude, song, interlude. And yeah, it's enjoyable. Probably wouldn't go out my way to listen to it again, but hey, upgrade T-Rex slider. This is a much better copy than the one I had recently. Mark Bolan, my first idol. I wouldn't be afraid to admit that. He was on top of the pops, the glitter and all that. Impressionable 5, 6, 7-year-old. I was sold. To be honest, this is his best album. You got Telegram Sam, Buick McCain. You know, the songs on it just speak for themselves. I've probably shown this on a previous video, so I'm not going to hold on too long. It's just a great album. Band that I am very fond of, Tubes. Now, this only cost me a couple of quid in the shop, and this is a double live album. What Do You Want from Live? It's very much all the songs on there. I believe this is recorded in London. Yeah, it's recorded at the Hammersmith Road in 1977. You get the sense, this is from listening to it, how theatrical the band were. A lot of interaction between the band members and Feetway Bill. A lot of interaction with the audience, actually, when you listen to this. This is just absolutely stonking live album. One of the forgotten live albums. I think it's a really great live album. If you haven't listened to it, I'd definitely recommend you to check it out. It really captures the essence of the Tubes. Really pleased to have that. Another upgrade. This is Wishbone Ashes Argus. My copy was a reissue. This one, it's got the original MCA on it. Sounds great. It's a groundbreaking album with the twin guitars. The band never really reached that peak again. I think this was their peak, the twin guitars. But it was such an influential album. You know, you've got, I think, the likes of Thin Lizzy basically started again on hearing this when Eric Bell left. As I said in my last video, started again and using the twin guitars as the model. Iron Maiden used that same model. Such, as I say, a great album, but such an influential album. And then finally, picked up one of this. This is Stevie Wonder's Looking Back. This is a triple album, and this is really just focusing really on the early Stevie Wonder. This is an American edition because it's on there, but you can see it was deleted. You can see the hole there and there. These are actually, I got Marvin Gaye one anthology, which is like this. I would love to get some more because I think there's other Motown artists like this. These are just great packages. Yeah, so you go really. Yeah, I'm saying it really goes up to about 1970, 71 before he really hits his triumph, his artistic peak. But it's just a great album. If you on the lookout for it, if you see it, I'd recommend you pick that up. So that ends the video. It's gone on to be quite a long one, VC. So hope you have a good day. I'll probably do a couple of videos next weekend with the Easter weekend. I've got a bit of time off. So if you like what you see, if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, feel free to subscribe. I always love a few more subscribers. I think everyone does. Just click on the subscribe button. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Love the interaction. Please comment. If you want to comment, please do. I'll get back to you. I always try and reply to my comments. So if your sun is shining, enjoy it. So until the next video, VC, take care of yourselves. Keep spinning. More importantly, keep smiling.